Hey everyone, this is What of God here. Back at it again in a new what if. This what if is actually what if Melissa was was the daughter of Wonder Woman. Now then, yes, I know. I decided to switch up the main character for a little bit because I realized that I'm trying to do like a multi-universe kind of thing right now. And like it'll be kind of confusing to have Deku be the main character and have to switch up his name over and over again. Because I did that like two what ifs and like yeah, I decided to change up the main character. Nothing. It's not like a big universe type thing. It's just like a small universe. And well, yeah. So Melissa is the main character in this what if. There would be some hint, of my other what ifs, but right now she's the main character. Now then, she will be the daughter of Wonder Woman, and her hero name will be Wonder Girl. As that is being said, obviously she will be born quirkless, and yeah, okay, who cares? Now, how she becomes the daughter of Wonder Woman? Oh, and UA's a college because why the fuck what? Cause like, yeah. So UA's a college in this one. Now then, so Wonder Woman one day is fighting a villain. She's fighting Cheetah on Island because she tracked her down there because Cheetah was trying to steal some type of tech that David Shield created. She was trying to steal it and sell it to highest bidder, or just keep it for herself. She didn't know what she was going to do with it. So while Cheetah and Wonder Woman are having their battle, you do have a young David Shield just walking by because they was kind of far away from where he was, but he was kind of he was running actually. He was running because he was late for a meeting, but he didn't know that the meeting was canceled due to the fact that Wonder Woman and Sheila are fighting. Now Wonder Woman is the number one hero around the world. In Japan, All Might's the number one hero, and yes, that's it. So, with that being said, let's do this. Yeah, that's about it. Wonder Woman knows All Might. So her and All Might are good friends. Actually, All Might sees her as like a big sis. You may be wondering why. It's because her and Nana Shimura were actually the best of friends. She knew Nana, and she technically knew everyone, like every, one for all users, but like, she wasn't really friends with them. But she was friends with Nana, and her and Nana was like close. And after she heard the death of Nana Shimura, at the hands of All One, and well, she got sad. And she heard that Nana passed the court down to All Might, and she knows who All Might is, so she actually trained All Might to become a little bit stronger. Since one woman is stronger than Nana, and one for all, so she trains what's his name? Oh yeah, All Might. So All Might's he's a little bit stronger in this way, because he got trained by Wonder Woman. And so, yeah, that's it. And and that's it. Her and Gran Torino kind of dated, but like they broke up. And yeah, so I asked, David Shield was running to the meeting. He didn't know they was having a fight. As then Wonder Woman Cheetah got closer and closer to him. He started hitting buildings being broken, people screaming, saying, "Run, run!" And some people saying, "It's Wonder Woman, it's Wonder Woman." Blah 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 blah. David Shield was like, "Huh? Wonder Woman? What's she doing here?" As he's an innocent bystander. He was walking by, so a car was getting tossed at walking David Shield. As Wonder Woman stops the car and saves David from a lifetime of death. And she catches the car. She puts it in. She's like, "We need to run now." As David's like, okay. So he runs all of it. And after that, her And Cheetah began to fight and start fighting until she finally beat her ass and she got locked up. Cheetah was knocked the fuck out, by the way. Anyways, so after the inside island, she walks up to David and asks if he was okay, if he was injured, because she couldn't focus on him due to the fact that she stopped the car and she had to continue fighting Cheetah before anyone else get hurt. As David's like, yeah, and she gets up, patting himself down. He's like, yeah, thank you for saving me. Whew, that would have been a bummer if I died, huh? She's like, yeah, it would have been. She's like, the name's David, by the way. And she's like, Wonder Woman. I guess you already knew that. She's like, yeah, well then. Thanks a lot for saving me. And she's like, no problem. Oh, why was Sheila here, by the way? She's like, she wanted some type of technology. And she's like, wait, what type of technology? She explained what it looked like. He's like, I'm name this the Google Blockinator. So he's like, the Google Blockinator, and she's like, guess so. Why would you name that? What type of name is that? He's like, I couldn't find the perfect name, so I just came up with a random word. And she's like, wait, you created that? And he's like, yeah. It was actually supposed to be like a heroes. It was supposed to be for heroes, but I guess she decided to try to use it for villains. Sorry about that, for all the trouble. As one of them was like, it's okay. I'm just glad I know what it is. You're pretty smart. Next time, try to keep your technology in the vault or something safer. And he's like, yeah, thanks again. She leaves. Everyone claps their hands for one woman saved the day. And one woman, she kind of wants to see how David's doing. I must say, after a couple months. And yes, All Might and, David are still friends because David helps out All Might. And, so let's cut to that day. As David and All Might are talking to each other, as David's like, hey, All Might. And All Might's like, oh, David, how's it going? As David's like, pretty good, actually. Except for like a couple of days ago. And it's almost like, what happened a couple of days ago? He tells All Might that, well, Cheetah came and so did Wonder Woman. And they had a big fight over my group vaccinator. And it's almost like, hold on. What's a group vaccinator? As he tells him what it is, it's almost like, yeah, let's just call it your invention. Instead of that group vaccinator. That's kind of weird. As David was like, but I like that name. It sounds nice. He's like, no, it doesn't. I'm sorry, but I'm your friend, David. But I have to keep it real with you. That's the shittiest name I ever heard from you. Now then, continue with your story. David was like, that's kind of harsh. But, okay. He tells All Might about the story and how one was saved him and had a little conversation. As All Might's like, interesting. So one woman came by to save you, huh? I think she has a little crush on you, David. As, David like, he'll blush a little bit. He's like, no, she doesn't. She's just a hero doing her job, that's all. That's almost like, I don't know. She had a conversation with you longer than other people, I heard. And, David's like, yeah, maybe because she was just interested in the invention I made, And it's almost like, what is this supposed to be anyway? But David's like, it's actually supposed to help you out, with the whole injury, And it's almost like, oh, that. Don't worry about that, young David. It is not as bad as you think it is. And David's like, how long do you have? Almost like, actually, due to the fact that I train a lot more harder, I actually have years, like 10 years. And David's like, oh, okay, that's actually pretty amazing. And it's almost like, yeah, I still have to pass my quirk down so that way it can go on with the next generation of heroes. That's the duty of One for All. As well, David says, agreed. So, yes, All Might has 10 years left, but now I'm gonna jump it down to like at least like 3 to 4 years. Yeah, I'm gonna say 4 years left. 10 is a little too long. So he actually has 4 years left until he has to give up once for all. But yeah, so obviously a lot of things are changing this weather. All Might stays buff, so he doesn't have to leave at random times, and he doesn't really need to give his court down. So that's it. And well, let's continue the story. Now then, so I think I said something. Fuck, I don't know. I think I gotta change something in my. Anyway, now then. So as not Melissa. So David, she'll, after talking all my, almost like, well then, I gotta go back to Japan, David. They need me. I hope you have a good day, David, and stay safe out there, please. I don't need my friend getting hurt. Anyways, see you later, David. And David's like, all right, All Might. So he leaves. And so a couple of days later, he sees a beautiful woman walking by, and he looks at her. He's like, she sort of looks familiar. Where have I seen her face before? Now, another thing with Diana is that she wears a ponytail. And, no one suspects it's her. Wonder Woman. For some reason, they just can't click that Superman is Clark Kent. But multiple people found out that Batman was Bruce Wayne. Wow. That never makes sense to me. Why heroes wear no mask. Nobody knows their identity. But people wearing masks, they know their identity. What's the fucking point of wearing a mask? I'm sorry. I'm just a little confused on that. But, nevertheless, let's start. Just continue. So, as David Stewart sees Diana walking by, he's like, whoa, she's beautiful. He sees her going to a art store, an art museum or a store. Diana is an artist. She does sculptures, she paints, she's a well-known artist in her time. And yeah, because fuck it, she needs to be rich, and I want her to be rich. So, she does this and that. She has a picture of her first lover, which was whatever his name was. I forgot. And yeah. So David decides to walk in there. He decides to put on his big boy pants and try to make the first move. He sees a pretty lady and he wants to get there. He realizes that he can't be alone forever. He needs somebody to share his adventures with and someone to be there for him for inspiration. So he sees a pretty lady. He decides to shoot a shot. He goes in the store. He sees, Diana putting up the sculptures and shit, not like that. As, she goes down the ladder, and she turns around, she sees David. And she's like, oh, sorry, you startled me. As he was like, I'm sorry. Hey, I was wondering. She was like, yeah, what is it? And he's like, well, I saw you walking by earlier, and, I just want to know, how can I say this? He's getting nervous because he never asked out a girl before. He was always like that nerd type person in school, where he has friends, but he's so nervous to talk to girls. Ugly girl, any type of girl he was nervous to talk to. So he started stuttering. He's like, I was wondering if I could, as he looks around, he's like, buy this painting. She turned around, he's looking at a painting of a, let's say, some type of painting. It's nice. She's like, oh, you looking to buy this painting? And he's like, yeah. Yeah, how much does it cost? She's like, I'm going to say $1,400. He's like, great. She takes out his wallet, fat stack of stuff. Yeah, fat stack, fat bills. I mean, David's rich, so he got fat bills, but he doesn't like to flex. So he takes out the much money, and he gives it to Diana. She's like, thank you. Please come back soon. Or not, shit, what's it? She's like, thank you. Have a nice day, and please come back anytime. And Dave's like, thank you. I might. As she walks away nervously, she's like, damn it, David, damn it, David, damn it, David. As she walks to the store, Diana, she was wondering what was his problem. She was kind of like, was he trying to say something else? It looked like he was trying to buy a painting. Oh well, and I continue my job. You know, she continues her job until she gets a wonder alert. A wonder alert. But she gets a call, you know, saying how people need her help in America. So she goes to America, fight off villains. You know, David Shield watching her. He's like, she looks really familiar. She looks exactly like that girl. That woman from earlier. But I just can't see it yet. So, he's already putting the puzzle together. Like, sort of. And, like, after her fight, you know, it's like some villain that some heroes could have stopped, but one woman can't save the day. Blah, blah, blah. She could fly, so, like, obviously. Now then. So, after that, she comes back to Island because I want to say that is the place she likes to live at. She goes to Island and she continues to work there. Now, every single day, David comes into the store and he buys a painting, wallpaper, sculptures, shit like that. He just gets there, and each day he's getting better and better. We're talking. Until one day, you know, him and Diana kind of started talking a little bit more because he gets there every single day. And he buys the cheapest thing because, yeah, he knows that he has to pay them bills. And the bills aren't cheap. So, and like, so, you know, each day he slowly, surely starts talking to her friendly. You know, they start becoming friends. You know, like, a little bit, you know, friendship started going. And over the years, they started to date. Diana started to fall in love with David, and David is already in love with Diana. And, well, it got to the point where they married each other. So they got married. All Might was best man, and best woman was Diana's friend, I guess. Who fucking knows? So they got married. It's now Diana Shield and David Shield. And she decides, you know, to tell David the truth. You know, because they've been married for like 2 years. And she felt like David deserves the truth. And to see if he still would love her. Even though she lied to him for all these years. So she told David the truth. She settled down and told David the truth. And David's like, hold on. Let me get this straight. So you come from a magical land where only women exist. Basically the myth, the legend of a land full of beautiful women. And they're all Amazonian warriors. And let me get this straight. You're the daughter of... So wait, let me get this straight. You're the daughter of Zeus. And your mother's the queen of Amazonians. I can't pronounce her mother's name, so please, as she's like, Diana's like, yeah, correct. I understand if you look at me differently and don't love me. And, you know, he's like, and you're also Wonder Woman. And she's like, yeah, I'm sorry if I lied to you for all these years. As David's like, oh, no sweat. I mean, you didn't trust me, and I completely understand. And she's like, wait, you do? As he said, of course I do, Diana. It doesn't matter who you are. If you're an alien, or if you're human, or whatever, I still love you, you know? And, you know, he's like, and no matter what, that would never change. Whether you're Amazonian or not, I still love you. And this warms her heart knowing that she could love yet again. So, a few, blah, blah, Melissa's born. Yay! The daughter of Wonder Woman is born. Now, so, the only people who know that she's an Amazonian was Nana Shimura, All Might. Yes, All Might, because why the fuck not? And David Shield. So, those are people who know that she's Amazonian, and she comes from an island full of Amazon warriors. Nothing. Melissa is born, you know, she gave birth to Melissa, and one of them has black hair. David has, I mean, like, so I'm gonna say Melissa has blonde with slims of black in it, like the tips of black at her hair. So yeah, she still wears glasses, and she looks practically the same. That she's a little bit older than a certain person that I'm shipping her with, because I said fuck his ship, and like yeah, I'm sorry to all y'all people who thought that was gonna be the ship. So then, as Deku, damn it, sorry. Melissa is not born. Wonder Woman swears that she'll protect Melissa no matter what. David swore that he'll protect both Diana and, well, Melissa. Even though he knows that he can't, even though he knows they could probably protect himself, he still wants to be there. And he knows that they're going to be living way much older, they're going to live longer than them. So, after that, Melissa is now 5 years old, and her father took her to the court doctor. Whoopsie daisy, she got diagnosed as quirkless. Now, Melissa never shows any sign of, her mother's powers yet. And yeah. So, as Melissa is now 5 years old, she started boohoo crying because she doesn't have a quirk. She can't be a hero. Her hero that she looks up to is Wonder Woman. She wants to be like Wonder Woman. She tells her mother and father every single day that when she gets her quirk, she wants to be strong like Wonder Woman. And Diana always tells her that someday you will, and maybe you might take the mantle of Wonder Woman. Who knows, dear? And she's like, that'd be awesome. And she was like, yeah, that'd be real awesome, sweetie. So, and she knows who All Might is, as So after court doctor, she starts crying boo hoo hoo, and David, she was like, thank you for all your help, doctor. Anyways, where we going now? Come on, sweetie. She's like, okay, Dad. And she goes home. She starts boo hoo crying. Diana comes home after a long day at work and a long day of heroism. Now then, she comes home. She's like, why is Melissa crying? As Melissa tells her mother that she's quirkless and that she can't never be a hero like Wonder Woman. And this upsets her mother because Diana wants her daughter to be a hero. She wants her daughter to be happy, and she wants her daughter to follow her dreams, her passion. And if her daughter wants to be a hero, damn it, she's going to let her daughter be a hero. So, as Diana's like, oh, sweetie, don't worry, you'll be a hero. As she's like, how? I'm quirkless, Mom. And she's like, someday I'm going to take you to some place where you can be a hero. Okay, sweetie? But just not right now. Just wait for a couple months, and I'll see what I can do. And she's like, okay. She tells her to go upstairs and go to sleep. She goes upstairs and take a nap. And, David and Diana's talking. As, Diana has her arm crossed, like that, arm crossed. And she's like, David, I have to take her to, she's like, I don't know what to do, David. She wants to be a hero, but I'm not sure if she can handle the truth yet. As David was like, Diana, listen, you have to tell her about her heritage. You have to tell her. Otherwise, she'll find out and probably resent you for holding back, all this information. Trust me, Diana, you don't want that to happen. As Diana's like, you're right, David, but I'm just scared after what she might think. As David's like, oh, come on, man. Come on, Diana. You're Wonder Woman. Why would she be upset that her mother is Wonder Woman? Diana's like, you're right, but as she lifts her chin up and say, but nothing. Come on, Diana. She'll accept you for who you are once you tell the truth. And who knows? Maybe she could take your mantle of Wonder Woman. You can retire, knowing that your daughter can take care of herself. As she's like, you're right. She gives her a kiss on the lips, and he's like, "Well then, enough of that. What's for dinner?" And Diana's like, "Fine, I'll cook dinner tonight." And he's like, "Yes." So they eat dinner. Obviously, they wake up Melissa for her to eat dinner. They eat dinner at the table, and then time skip weeks later. You know, Melissa got over about her being quirkless, but she still feels like she still wants to be ill. And when her mother came back home, and she's like, "Melissa," and she's like, "Yes, mama," and "Yes, mommy," and she's like, "Pack your bag." Well, I always say pack your bag because you really would need the clothing. Um, I guess just come with me. I guess because you wouldn't really need the clothing. All right, come with me, Melissa. And Melissa's like, "Where are we going?" And she's like, "We're finna go meet your grandparents. Or your grandma, that is." Melissa's like, "Where about Dad? Is he coming?" And she's like, "Oh, no. Daddy can't come with us. It's tradition that men can't come to our house. Sorry. But Daddy understands, right?" As he was like, "Oh, yes, I understand completely. Go, have fun. I'm just gonna hang out with all my anyways." As, Dave was like, "But first, give me a hug." As Melissa runs up and hugs her dad. And he's like, "Bye, Daddy." She's like, "Bye, my little sweet pumpkin." So they leave. David, he's kind of sad that they left. He's like, "Damn. Alright, I guess I gotta hang out with the boys tonight." And she calls All Might, Endeavor, Night Eye, fuck it, Aizawa. He doesn't, Night Eye and All Might are still good friends because he doesn't have to give his quirk up yet. So, yeah. So he calls him up. He's like, "Alright, y'all ready for a little poker night?" And Endeavor changed because, fuck it, I want him to change. And y'all know why he changed. And he changed because something happened to a little boy in Japan, and he saw what happened to his parents, and he saw the look on his little boy's face, and he realized something. He realized that he realized something. He realized that he should probably treat his kids better than what he did before. Because he noticed how this boy was screaming out for his parents and screaming out that he wants them back. He wants them back. He loves them. He loves them. And Endeavor, he wants that same affection from his kids. But he realized that he was doing the wrong way. He really knows that he wants his kids to be strong, but he doesn't want them to resent him to where they hate him and don't want to ever talk to him ever again. Because he realized that if his kids hate him enough not to even care about his death, then he realized that he will be a bad father. So he changed his ways and he lightened up, and obviously this whole story changes. Obviously. But yeah, that's it. So then, let's cut to Melissa. So it's Melissa and Diana are on Diana's private jet. They're flying. And Diana's flying the plane because, fuck it. So she flies the plane to the island. And Melissa's like, "I don't know." All she sees is ocean, right? So she's like, "Where are we going?" "All I see is ocean, Mom." And she's like, "Calm down, Melissa. It's somewhere special. You just have to wait." So they enter the little barrier. And it's like, "Whoa. That's so cool." As Diana looks at her daughter, is like, "Yup. It's pretty cool." So she lands the plane. Boom. She gets out of the plane. She walks down the stairs. Right? She walked down the stairs, right? Melissa with her. She just holding Melissa's hand. As Melissa just in shock, she said, "Whoa, what is this place, Mom?" And she's like, This is the land of the Amazon warriors. The land of women." And she's like, "What's that?" And she's like, Come. I'll explain everything once we get there." So they kind of skip to when they get there. The ladies come in. It's like, I can't pronounce her fucking name. "Queen, your daughter has arrived with a guest." She's like, "Let me in." So they come in. And she's like, Diana. And she's like, hey, Ma. And she, they hug. And she's like, how you been? And she's like, I've been pretty good. And, well, yeah. So, as the queen looks down and sees Melissa. As Melissa behind her mother's leg because she's scared. And she's like, who's this little one? Diana's like, yeah, she's my daughter, Ma. And she's like, your what? And everyone's whispering, did she just say her daughter? Did Princess Diana have a daughter? You know? The queen looks down at Melissa. She's like, her. She's your daughter. And Diana's like, yeah, Ma. And she's like, oh my gosh. Okay, that's great news, actually. And Diana's like, wait, so you're not upset? And she's like, well, I would if she was a boy, but she's not. So why would I be upset? She's a girl. And Diana's like, of course. Of course, you're still hating men, huh? And she's like, yes, Diana. You know what they can do and, well, how they can act. And Diana's like, I understand. So she's like, oh, now, what's her name? As Diana's like, Melissa. Come on, Melissa, meet your grandmother. As Melissa comes behind her leg and is like, hello, grandmother. As she's like, hello, little one. Have your mother told you where you are yet? As she shook her head, as she's like, Diana, tell your grandma. She's like, Diana, you better tell her. As Diana's like, I was about to get there. As she looks down at Melissa, she goes on one knee to get to her height level. She tells Melissa that, listen, the only reason why you don't have a quirk is because you're not really full human, to be honest with you. Melissa's like, what do you mean? As, Diana tells her that she's actually half Amazonian. Amazonian? I think that's it. And she's actually half Amazonian. And, well, yeah, and that she actually has power. Like, godlike powers. Not, quirk. And, Melissa is confused, but, Diana explained everything to her, and then she starts to get into it. And she's like, so, basically, you're Wonder Woman, right? As Diana's like, yes, I am Wonder Woman. I'm your mother, Wonder Woman, the goddess, the princess of Amazonians, as Princess Diana. As Melissa starts yelling, my mom's Wonder Woman, my mom's Wonder Woman, because she looks up to Wonder Woman. And she's like, my mom's Wonder Woman. As, the queen's like, yes, I know, dear. Your mother told me everything about you. Told me everything about her life as Wonder Woman. And so, over the years, her and Diana have been training. And so Melissa knows how to fight and hand-to-hand combat. She knows how to use a sword, how to use a shield, and she knows how to use the whip of truth. So she's been training Melissa for like 10 years. Melissa's now 15. Peek this up, she's 15. So she fully knows how to use her power. She can fly, she has super strength. I think one has durability, but it seems, yes, she has durability. That's the only part I got confused on. So she has the same durability. She has the same strength, speed. She can fly. And that's about it. But, and one of them taught her how to use the gauntlets, that she had to be able to block, all this shit now. She taught her how to use the gauntlet. She knows how to use the lasso of truth. She knows how to use her shield, and how to do, all types of shit with it. And, well, yeah. So she comes back home after 10 years. David was worried sick about her, but he knows that she was in good care due to the fact that her mother is Wonder Woman. So she's not going to let anything happen to her. Now then. And, well, yeah. So, after that, Melissa and Diana finally go home. And when they get home, this is what Melissa looks like currently, but So, as Melissa gets home, right, And, well, she goes to our island, meets her father, and she's like, "Hello, Daddy." As you know, David's like, "Melissa," as he runs up and hugs her. As, oh man, it's been so long. As Diana says, "Hello, David." As like, "Hey, Diana." As he looks at, he's like, how was the training?" As Melissa's like, "It was great. I met my grandma. She's pretty nice. And I met everyone else. They're all nice on the island. They just don't like men." As David's like, "Yeah, I heard." So, after all that happens, as David turned on, first thing he does is go and sit on the couch. He fixed him a little breakfast, and he didn't know that was one day that was coming, so he just fixed him a little breakfast, and he was watching the news. So he's like, "Oh, come in. What am I doing?" As they go in the living room, sit down, as they turn on the news, and they hear that Bruce Wayne was assassinated. And, well, as they're like, "Whoa, Bruce Wayne has been killed?" As David, drops his remote, and he goes on his knees like, No, that can't be true. That just can't be. Bruce isn't dead. Bruce isn't dead. He can't be dead. He can't." As, well, Dan's like, "What's wrong, David? Did you know Bruce?" And David's like, "He was my friend. We went to school together in Gotham. We promised each other that we'll either be, if we were rivals, to be honest with you. I mean, he was quirkless, but he was to make us good friends. We stay in touch, but I guess," he starts crying as Dana starts comforting him, because she knows what it's like to lose someone close to you, someone that you knew as a friend. So she comforts him as Melissa's like, "It's okay, Dad." As Dad just starts crying because Bruce and him were friends. And, yeah. So, we should time skip backwards in time in David's lifetime now. Before we go back, David was screaming, "Not another one. Why? Why did I lose another one?" As Dan's like, "What do you mean by losing another one?" And he's like, "This happened to my other friend, Henry. He died as well. He died as well. It's just can't be." As he flashed back to the first time he saw the news yet again. And, well, it was on news that Henry Midoriya died. Now then, hint, we all know what we're going to do. This is that fucking multiverse happening, bitch. So then, Henry's like, he cries, and he calls forth all might, crying as almost like, "I know, David. I know how close you and him were. It's gonna be okay. I'm doing everything I can to find out who did this. I'm putting an end to them. I'm bringing them to justice, I swear." As David's like, "I know you will, All Might. I know you will. Thank you." That's almost like, "No problem, David." As he's clutching his fist this whole time, because here was a gruesome death. I mean, they could barely ID his face. It was a gruesome ass death. So then, let's go back to the present time. As Melissa's back. She's they go to the funeral. Well, all the way in Gotham, they go to the funeral, and they pay respects to Bruce. And, well, after that, well, they go back to Japan. They go back to Island. And David was sulking just a little bit. And, well, Melissa brought up, Melissa decided to change the topic and was like, well, and she brought up a topic saying, well, Dad, she's like, yes, what is it? And she's like, I want to go to UA. As, David's like, you want to go to UA? And she's like, yes, I want to be a hero, like Mom. And like Uncle All Might. He's like, Melissa, you do know UA isn't, you do know UA won't be ready until like another 3 years, right? She could calm down. And she's like, yes, I know that, but I also want to move to Japan to be closer to UA. As, fuck. Dave's like, you want to move to Japan? Like, why? And she's like, I just told you why. I want to be closer to UA. Like, it'll be easier for travel, don't you think? And Steve was like, yeah, but Japan, their criminal activity is pretty high, Melissa. And what if you can get hurt? And Melissa like, I can take care of myself. And she's like, yeah, you're right about that. But still. And she's like, come on, Dad, just let me. And she's like, I'll think about it, Melissa. I'll think about it. I'll just think about it, okay? And she's like, okay. So, a month passed as, David finally decides to just move to Japan. So, him, Diana, and Melissa start packing up. And they hop on the plane, and they move from Island all over to Japan. And they bought a big house. It's big. So, like, yeah. Now then. So, as Melissa's unpacking her bags, right, she sees, not a boy. The sticker doesn't come back. And she sees a man walk up to him. It's Uncle All Might. And she's like, Uncle All Might! And she goes and hugs All Might. It's almost like, hey there, Melissa. Hey there, young Melissa. How's it going? And she's like, it's going pretty good. And it's almost like, how was your training? And she's like, good. And she's like, that's wonderful. I actually came to help y'all move. I heard that y'all moved from Island to here. And I just came to help out. And Dave was like, oh, thanks, All Might. We can use your help. And it's almost like, that's what I'm here for. So he helps out. He helps him out moving into a new place. And, almost like, well, then, I guess that's it. I just stuttered. As Dave was like, yes, thank you. Thank you so much, All Might, for your help. We actually moving faster thanks to you. That's almost like, no problem. As he's like, oh yeah, but All Might, before you go, he's like, yeah, what is it, David? Do you know any good private schools in this neighborhood? It's almost like, well, actually I do. Actually I don't. Sorry. But call Endeavor. He should know he should know good private school. Hell, his son goes there. And she's like, I think I will. Thank you, All Might. And he's like, no problem. So David calls Angie, and he's like, yo, Angie. And Angie's like, yes, what is it, David? He's like, yo, what type of private school your son goes to? As I would say, private high. Out. Private high. I don't fucking know, man. But he goes to a private school, and Deborah gives him the address and the number for the school. As he's like, thanks. As Deborah's like, no problem. So he answers the phone. So he's like, who is that on the phone? And he's like, oh, it was just David. He want to know what type of school that Shota goes to. And she's like, oh, why? And she's like, oh, he moved down here. Yeah, him and his family moved down here. So they're just looking for a good private school, I guess. And he's like, that's wonderful. And, that happens, right? So, and Shoto and Momo are already dating by the time, so, like, it doesn't matter. They'll be dating for, like, 3 fucking years. Alright, it's a good relationship. So, yeah. Because Shoto is different in this timeline, and so is Toya. Just a little bit. Like, he still doesn't like his father, but At the same time, he also likes him. Yeah. So he respects his father, but he doesn't like him at the same time. So he moved out once he hit 18, and he got his own place, and he goes to UA, so he's like a first year to be honest. And by the time Shoto gets there, he'll already be in his hero career. But yeah, so as Melissa. After that, she moves in. She stays home for a couple of days because she's still unpacking. So yeah. And well, after she's done unpacking, she decides to go walk around the neighborhood and get used to the place and get used to everyone, and just get used to the place. So she's walking around, and she sees, she goes a little, she just walks around, and she sees everyone's friendly. And, she decides to go to the store. She goes to the store. She wants to go buy her some Fanta Orange and some bag of chips, Doritos, Monster Ranch. So after that, she goes past her stuff. And she walks by not a sketchy hideaway, but by a hideaway, and hears people screaming. People yelling, saying, give me the money, or we'll kill you. And, well, now, she's not going to start off as a vigilante. No, she's just doing this because, yeah, she kind of had to, otherwise they was going to kill this boy. So he was getting beat up badly, he was almost going to die. She stepped in and beat the fuck out of him, saved his life, and blah, 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 blah. He's irrelevant. So she walks away, and she goes home. Now we trying to get to when she goes to school with, I almost said Deku, but she goes to school with Shoto. Her, Shoto, and Momo are best of friends. And, well, they're all friends. Now, I'm saying Shoto and Momo don't date yet, but Melissa sees that Shoto has feelings for Momo, and same with Momo, with Shoto. So she will help them out, get closer together over these 3 years, and they finally start dating, like, at 17. Now, here's when the fun starts happening. So, when they turn 17, they're all best friends, And, Shoto and Momo, they show that they're boyfriend and girlfriend, but around Melissa, they just act like they're friends. And, well, yeah, they don't want to make Melissa feel weird or nothing. So, that's it. Now then, a new student came into the classroom. And old friends of Momo and Shoto. And I'm going to say Ida too, because fuck it, Ida. I forgot Ida. So Ida's also in the group. And yeah, all 4 of them are good friends. But a new student arrived. This new student is an old friend, very old friend of Shoto, Momo, and Ida. So he walks in. And he has a emotionless face right now. I'm saying emotionless. I mean, he has a don't give no fucks emotion right now. So, as well, the teacher introduced him, and he's like, "Whoa, class, we have a new student join us this year, and well, please be friendly with him. He lost a lot, and well, just please." So as they're like, "Well, who is he, teach?" And he's like, "I'll let him introduce himself." So, as he comes in, he introduced himself to be Izuku Midori. Now, half of the class widen their faces. They are shocked. And half the class are shocked and the other half are not. So, they're confused as to why everyone's shocked. Even the teacher is shocked too, because like, it's Izuku. That nigga came back. That nigga has been in school for past 10 fucking years. Or is it 11 years since he... 11 fucking years. That man has not been in school. So they were like, what the fuck? This nigga was alive? It didn't, cause he was off the grid, my guy. Like he was off. Like no one could track him. No one could even get any rumors about him. He was off the grid. Now then, so Izuku has emotions in his face. He's like, "Hello, my name is Izuku Midoriya. Now then, where do I sit at, teach?" And he's like, there's an empty seat in the back right there. As Deku's like, good. As he walks by, as he looks at Shoto, Momo, and Ida dead in their face. And it was like, he turns around, he just keeps on walking. He's like, what the? I know he just looked at us? As, he's sitting in the back. Everyone just keep on staring at him. Until the teacher says, alright, class, that's enough. Yes, he's back. Alright, let's just not make it so uncomfortable, alright? They continue with the classwork as, Melissa's like, who is that? As, Momo tells Melissa that that's their old friend, their old childhood friend, And Melissa's like, wait, you knew him? As they're like, Choto's like, yeah, we used to be very good friends until, as he stopped. As she's like, until what? As Momo's like, until, as Deku's like, as Deku gets up, walk by in front of him, before she said anything, he gives her the death stare. I mean, absolutely a death stare. He's like, it's like a stare like, tell her anything, and I'll fucking kill you. As then he walks away. He giving off that energy to every fucking one. He telling anyone to leave him the fuck alone. Now then, so at the end of school, Deku leaves. And Izuku leaves. He goes, he gets picked up by his butler. As Miss like, whoa, he has a butler? As, Mom was like, yeah, that's his family butler. As, Deku drives off all the way to the fucking big ass house that he lives in now. And, well, yeah, after that day, Melissa goes home and she tells her parents what happened during school today. And, she's like, there is this new student he came in. He kind of had like a emotionless face, he was kind of mean. And he kind of gave off this weird energy. I just couldn't pick it up. Johnny's like, what do you mean, dear? As Jacob's like, not David, Jacob. David's like, yeah. What do you mean? What's the student name? As she's like, Izuku Midoriya. As David spit out his food, he's like, he almost choked out. He's, what did you say? She's like, Izuku Midoriya? He's like, no way. He's shocked. He doesn't know what to say. As he gets up, and he's like, I'll be back. As Danny's like, where are you going? He's like, going to meet the boys. See ya. As he goes back and kisses each of them on the cheek. And it's like, alright, bye-bye. As he gets in the car, zooms the fuck off. I'm saying zoom. I'm saying, meow. As Mrs. confused, she's like, why was Dad acting that way? As Johnny's like, I have no idea, sweetheart. None. So after that, it's still daytime, so they're not eating dinner. They're kind of eating dinner, but it's almost nighttime. And a couple hours pass as, David came back with a sad look on his face. Danny's like, what's wrong? What happened? It's just, I don't want to talk about it. As he goes upstairs, he's like, good night. As he shuts the door and goes to sleep. And Melissa was kind of worried about what happened to her dad. And she asked her mom what's happened. As Dan's like, I don't know. I'll go see. Why don't you just go to sleep and, we'll talk about it in the morning. So Melissa goes to sleep. Whew, jeez. She wakes up. News was on. Reporters happening of about 4 men found dead in the alleyway. And Melissa's like, what the hell? News reporters say that someone said they saw some type of bat-like figure flying away or hopping away or something. And the news spread about a mass murder happened from some type of bat type person. They don't know who it could be or what it could be. So that's it. And Melissa like, okay. So next, she goes to school. She talks to Momo, Shoto, Ida. They all talking. Deku comes late because he comes late every single day. It doesn't even fucking matter no more. He doesn't care. He's smart as fuck. Don't get me wrong. He is smart, but he does not give two fucks no more. He said fuck life. Anyways, he comes late. The teacher yells at Deku, and Deku's like, he's like, I'm sorry, okay? I'm sorry I was late. As he gets up, and he says, I'm sorry, teach. Alright, it won't happen again. But he's lying. And, well, the teacher says, okay then. Now, go take a seat. Lucky you're just on time before I started, teaching. As Deku walks past the five of them without even looking their way. As Deku sits down, and he pays attention, or it looks like he is, but he's actually training himself to sleep that way. Like, he could sleep by looking like he's paying attention, but he's actually sleeping. No one knows this, because Deku is a fucking master at it. He's just a fucking badass motherfucker. But anyways, so that happens, right? Damn, this about to be an hour long, bro. Oh, shit. So, as at the end of class, people started talking about the news. About how there was 4 people killed, and there was like some type of bat symbol, something. And I was talking about it, and it was like, oh yeah, I seen it this morning. It was pretty fucked up, don't you think? They, all 3 of them agreed. As Dick's like, fucked up. For the first time, he spoke. Like, he spoke. As everyone shut the fuck up, like, he's speaking. Shush. Is it speaking, everyone? Yeah, And Dick's like, I don't think it's fucked up at all. I think whatever this person is doing something right. He's cleansing the city by killing scum like them. As Melissa's like, yeah, well, killing's not good. You shouldn't kill criminals just because they're criminals. Everyone deserves a second chance. As Deku just disagrees, he's like, I don't think so. Criminals don't deserve second chances. They deserve to rot in hell. As Melissa disagrees yet again as they get in a debate. And well, Deku says, you know what? Fuck it. I'm leaving. It's obvious. It's obvious you have no idea what you're talking about. Now then. Yeah, see you later. Not see you later. He's like, no, I'm leaving. So he leaves. And Melissa's like, what a dick. Or like, what a jerk. And it's like, Deku doesn't give 2 fucks. So after that, he leaves. And, well, so with that out of the way, we're going to continue the next part, and we're going to continue on with the next part 2. So, once again, this has been What If Melissa Was the Daughter of One Woman, part 1. Now then, I hope you guys enjoyed this What If, guys. Yeah. So long, guys. See you later.